Hey, I am wearing my Virginia Tech Hokies game day tailgating shirt, so you know what that means? Today we're talking about game day houses. So if you're a Virginia Tech alum, a lifelong fan, or just someone who can't seem to stay away from Blacksburg, well, today's video is for you. Because today we're talking about something near and dear to many of our hearts, and that's Virginia Tech athletics and real estate. Now, specifically, we're talking about something that we locals like to call a football house, or you might call it a game day house if you're not gonna limit it just to Hokie football. So if you've ever spent a fortune on hotels just to be in town for game day, well, this might be the most fun real estate decision you've ever made. But before we get into it, my name is Grant Irby, your trusted real estate resource right here in Blacksburg, Virginia and the New River Valley. And it's our goal with this YouTube channel that it's your #1 resource for all the things that you need to know, both about relocating to and living in this area. And please, if you find this information helpful, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. And as always, if you are actually thinking about making a move to the area, I would love to be the realtor that you choose to work with. So what exactly is a football house or a game day house? Well, it's a home that's purchased mainly to be used during Virginia Tech athletic event weekends. So we're talking tailgates, games, class reunions, the whole Hokie experience. And while it is a place to stay, it's also an investment. And depending on where the home is, owners may choose to rent them out the rest of the year, or they might just hold on to them as a long-term asset that they love to use. Some folks adore this idea, while others, especially locals, they might roll their eyes a bit. But whatever your opinion, there's no denying. Football houses are here. They're a real trend and they're growing. 2025 college football is upon us and the 2025 Hokie football schedule is officially out. And we've got 7 home games coming up. That's 7 weekends where hotels in Blacksburg are booked solid, traffic is wild, and the whole town turns this shade of orange. And if you're a diehard fan attending all 7 home games, you're probably spending a lot more on lodging than you'd like to admit. So let's break those numbers down. Because there's a limited number of hotel rooms in Blacksburg and the New River Valley, hotels are costly on high demand weekends, like football weekends. Now, assuming an average hotel stay in Blacksburg on a game day weekend runs about $400 a night, and you're staying 2 nights per game, you're spending roughly $800 per weekend. And 7 weekends at $800 each, that's $5,600 per season just to lay your head on the pillow. Now let's look at a $400,000 condo or townhome here in Blacksburg, and that might even be a little on the high side. But as an example, with 20% down and today's interest rates, and also factoring in things like insurance and taxes and HOA dues and the whole bit, you're looking at a monthly mortgage payment around $2,700 a month. That means the cost of 1 football season in hotels is about the same as 2 months of your mortgage payment if you were to own that property. But wait, there's more than football. Those 7 football weekends, that's just scratching the surface. What about basketball games at Castle Coliseum, or the spring game, or you come back for graduation weekend, or perhaps Blacksburg's Steppin' Out Street Festival, or maybe you just want a relaxing weekend away to hike the Cascades? Well, hotel stays can add up really quickly, and none of that money builds equity. But when you buy a home, even if it's one that you only use part-time, you're investing in something that appreciates over time. You're putting money back into your own pocket instead of into a hotel chain's. So looking at the investment angle, we have to talk about appreciation. Blacksburg's real estate has held its value extremely well over the years. And as Virginia Tech continues to grow, so does demand for student housing, for second homes, and yes, for those game day getaways. Now, over the past year, the average sales price on a home in Blacksburg town limits has appreciated 5.4%, and if you look at that stat since January 2023, a little over 2 years ago, you'll see 7.3% appreciation. Now check this out, this is where it gets super fun. If you zoom in just on townhomes and condos in Blacksburg over the past 1 year, you will see a staggering 16% appreciation in value. Whoa. Now, I know this likely will be a longer term investment for you, so if we look at those same townhomes and condos in Blacksburg and see how they've appreciated over the past 5 years, since early 2020, get this, we're looking at a 68.8% appreciation in value, which is mind-boggling. And a football house doesn't just have to sit empty the rest of the year. Depending where the property is in the local town ordinances, many owners choose to rent them on Airbnb or other short-term rental platforms, or rent them out to these intermediate leases to graduate students and visiting faculty. So you can enjoy the space when you want, and you can rent it out when you don't. And that is passive income potential on top of the memories you'll be making and appreciation. Let's talk about what to look for in a football house. If you're seriously considering this kind of investment, here's what I would recommend looking at in a property. Walking distance, or at least a quick shuttle or bus ride to Lane Stadium. Number 2, 2 or more bedrooms for hosting family and friends along with yourself. Number 3, parking, and that is clutch on game days. Number 4, low maintenance, which makes townhomes and condos pretty ideal. Now let me pause here. There are lots of nuances and regulations about short-term rentals specifically in the town limits of Blacksburg. And honestly, I could make a whole nother video just on that. But for now, just know that if you are interested in renting out your game day property on websites like Airbnb, you're gonna wanna consider properties outside of town limits. So for example, still in Blacksburg, having a Blacksburg address, but in Montgomery County limits rather than the town of Blacksburg limits. So if you're thinking about also using your property as that short-term rental, make sure to look at neighborhoods outside of Blacksburg town limits that allow for short-term rentals. Of course, a football house isn't for everybody, but if you are coming back to Blacksburg multiple times a year anyway, this could absolutely make financial sense. And it's especially smart for alumni who attend most of the home games, parents of students who visit Blacksburg often, families who love hiking, small town charm, and just all things Hokies, and also investors who want a strong short-term or seasonal rental property. And if that's you, this might be your move. Because let's be honest, you're already investing in Virginia Tech. You've got the jerseys, the sweet tailgating shirts, the tailgate grill, the season tickets, and the love for the Hokies. So why not also invest in a home that gives you a place to stay and builds equity? Yes, it's a commitment, but it's also a lifestyle. And when you zoom out and look at the big picture, the memories, the savings, the appreciation, it really starts to make sense. So how about you? What do you think? Could you see yourself living here? If so, please reach out to me directly. My email address and phone number are on the screen, and I would love to chat with you personally about what purchasing a second home in Blacksburg or the New River Valley could look like for you. And please like the video and subscribe to the channel so you can continue to follow along about all things living in Blacksburg and the New River Valley. I look forward to helping you live well in the area and win with real estate. Thanks so much, and let's go Hokies.